I do wonder, as a Bytedance investor, what would be the best outcome here for you after the Supreme Court ruling that the law stands, which would effectively shut down TikTok on Sunday unless there's some intervention by President Biden or Trump?
Well, Sarah, thanks for having me on. Really appreciate it. Boy, has this been an interesting journey in getting here? I think, our base case has always been that it will be banned. And we've always assumed, it would be banned. Now you're seeing, I am not a politician. I am not an expert on politics. We've always said that, it'll be interesting how if and when do the Chinese retaliate, will it actually even be banned? A huge amount of the business is obviously based in China, and it's kind of immaterial on a financial perspective for it. But now you're seeing the people that actually banned the thing say they don't want to ban it. So it's actually it's quite interesting. Did the Chinese just call a bluff and just say, like, fine, we're turning it off on Sunday? But I do find it quite fascinating, the fact that there's this big Chinese company. They built a truly global business. They're in, how many X number of countries around the world. They've always wanted to have this. Our U.S. government wants to now shut it down. Who knows if they actually do want to shut it down, what you're seeing both sides of the party. And yet, I wouldn't be, why won't the Chinese retaliate and do something else to, some of our companies over there? So if I was a big American company,
there's no Facebook in China. I mean, they've already done it. It's not like there's a lot that would be parallel to what TikTok is that China would do. As far as I'm concerned, no, I'm not saying there's not other vulnerable companies. My point is that they've already restricted this type of platform in China. But the other piece of it is, as a Bytedance investor, you can be almost indifferent to this because TikTok US is a relatively small piece of Bytedance as a financial entity, right?
Correct, exactly. Over the last 6 to 9 months, there have been a lot of investors, us included, who have bought additional stock. And just given the overall scope of the business and size of the business, which I think most Americans do not fully appreciate, and how big a business it is over there, the American business, while I think it does present a lot of optionality long term, is not a core part of our investment thesis today. Now, it's a shame because, I think there are huge numbers of Americans and people globally, making and building livings and, where TikTok is providing jobs to. And I do think this is kind of a shame what we're watching, happen on politics and all this happening. But it'll be fascinating how it plays out. You've got to wonder what Mark Zuckerberg is thinking, and I got to believe that he would love if he had less competition in the United States. It probably is. I actually think there's a bigger thing that people should be focused on in the U.S. is I think social media needs to be regulated, and it sounds silly from somebody that owns Bytedance, but remember, in China, it's highly regulated. And, I have young kids. I'm sure a lot of viewers have young kids. You can't go on CNBC and say whatever you want. It's the media industry is highly regulated in the United States, or it's regulated. We strongly believe that social media industry as a whole should also be regulated. I think it's going to take a lot of time, but hopefully we will see that over time.